I've got to precede this question with an imaginary drum roll. Is this Liverpool's season?
Well, you can see why people are saying that, given the feel-good factor that Kenny Dalglish generated when he came in last season, or just earlier this year in January. Although they did finish the season with a slight flop when there was a chance of clinching an improbable European place. They lost their last 2 games. However, since then, of course, they've invested very heavily in the transfer market, which prompts plenty of questions, such as have they invested wisely, and what are they going to do with all the midfielders when Andy Carroll plays? And I'm not sure how often that will be, because I've doubts about his ability to stay fit for the entire season. But whenever he does play, you imagine that Stuart Downing will play, because he's a superb crosser. Crossing was something that Liverpool didn't do with great frequency last season. In fact, only one team crossed less often than them last season. And Downing is a very good deliverer.
Given that he's obviously strengthened to the nth degree in midfield, were there other areas of the team that needed strengthening, or is he just focused on the area that he needed to deal with?
I think there's still, at the time that we're recording, there's still doubts about defence, particularly left back. Nzua is back after it seemed that he'd been frozen out previously, but he's back. Perhaps also, given that a couple of times last season there were suggestions that Jeremy Carragher is on his last legs, so it might be good to get in another centre back, especially given that Daniel Agger is seldom fit. So if there's anything left in the piggy bank, they could definitely invest it wisely.
For all of the love that everybody obviously has for Dalglish, is there a problem possibly in the making that when you've got a very big squad, then you're going to have quite a lot of unhappy players who aren't playing very often? Some
players need more first team action than others. If you think of somebody like Jordan Henderson, who of all the transfers probably has the highest or the most amount of doubts about him, about what he can bring to the team, and he is a player whose game is about arriving always at the right time. He's very dynamic. He's up and down constantly, but he always has to arrive on the scene at exactly the right time. And you need to be familiar with your teammates to get in properly in sync with them to be able to get a game. So if he is going to achieve that, he needs a decent run of games. But with Steven Gerrard competing for that position, that's probably unlikely unless Gerrard has fitness problems, which maybe isn't so unlikely. Who knows?
Given the invigorated expectations now at Anfield, is anything other than a right good go at the title going to be a big disappointment?
It probably will be a disappointment, although I do think Liverpool fans are a little more realistic than they're given credit for. They know it's been over 2 decades since they won the title, and although they have invested around £100 million, a lot of other teams have invested a lot of money too. So if they could see clear signs of progress, I think they might settle for that. And if anyone's going to be given a bit of slack, it's Kenny Dalglish.
Can they win the title?
They can. I don't think they will.